Look at this. So yesterday, CNBC's Jabari Young, a reporter, came out. NBA owners are weighing the cost benefit of even returning. There's going to be no fans. The players have already signed up for a 25% discount. Non-playoff teams are already resigned to have lost local revenue. They're not going to get any games. And there's the liability of health issues. Essential workers getting sick. So Adam Silver wants it. We know that, right? But Adam Silver, the owners are his boss. Now, LeBron James came out yesterday and said, saw some reports and execs and agents wanting to cancel the season. That's absolutely not true, said LeBron. Nobody I know is saying anything like that. As soon as it's safe, we'd like to finish our season. I'm ready. Our team is ready. Nobody would want to cancel anything. But Adam Silver works for the owners. And somebody, an owner, remember the Atlanta Hawks GM broke ranks last week and took a shot at Adam Silver. And now the players saying, we want it. Well, the NFL owners, they get behind Roger Goodell. Now you've got people leaking stuff that, well, what's the point? Again, they're breaking ranks. They're breaking ranks. Remember, Disney owns ESPN. Disney, and I feel bad for him because I got friends there. I'm not sure there's an American company other than maybe airlines that's been in the crosshairs of this virus. They have theme parks. It's the biggest driver of revenue. They're shut down. Cruise lines, shut down. Theaters, movies, shut down. NBA season, shut down. Disney's losing $30 million a day. A day. Goldman Sachs just downgraded the stock. That doesn't happen. Not in Bob Iger's run. So they want a season. They need games. They have the NBA final. Bob Iger even presented an idea to hold the rest of the season in Disney World. Okay. He's not doing that if we have the NBA rights. Okay. They are in a uniquely bad spot, Disney, for this virus. They've been hammered. Not to get into our business, but we're kind of an NFL, college football, World Cup, and baseball playoff business. We got some NASCAR now. That's going to start in a week. So we've been spared a little bit. Very, very fortunate. So the TV partners want an NBA season. LeBron saying the players want it. But you had an Atlanta Hawks GM break rank a few days ago, and now you got CNBC. I mean, somebody told him this. They didn't go on the air and make it up. Somebody, executives or owners, said the owners are just weighing the cost benefits. What's the point? Players have taken a pay cut. Liability physically could be bad PR. It's bad anyway. So, nobody likes a harsh boss. Everybody likes the boss who listens to every employee. That's Adam Silver. Breaking ranks. People just doing their own thing, saying their own thing, leaking stories to CNBC. Not good. Not good at all. What did you make of the stories yesterday?
Well, first of all, remember that LeBron is very much in touch with Adam Silver, and so is his agent, Rich Paul. Like, they know what is going on at the highest levels of the league, and they're being kept abreast on that. People I've talked to around the league, most people do want to play, executives, players, owners. However, what the feeling is that these are probably owners of bad teams. And understandably so. Like, if your team, if you're Sacramento or Phoenix or a team that has no chance of getting into the playoffs, or if you even start in the playoffs, you have no chance of winning, do you really want to put together, do everything you need to do and take the risk you need to take for a week, 2 or 3 weeks of action? And so that's where a lot of this is coming from. And remember, the owners are also looking at there won't be any fans there, so there won't be any revenue from the gate. So those are some of the things that kind of play into this story. And a guy like LeBron James, look, he understands he's in his 17th year. He's 35 years old. The Lakers were playing great basketball. This is a great opportunity for him to win his 4th ring. I think it's probably his best opportunity for the rest of his career to win it.
Yeah, Lakers are an old roster. They're not getting younger. It's not a good draft. They're not going to get help there, and it's not a good free agency period. And the cap's going to come down. So the Lakers have not, they don't want to burst through the cap and pay that penalty. So I do think it's LeBron's best year. So if I said, Chris, when you take a poll of execs, players, coaches, everybody, how many want a season and how many are ambiguous, don't really care?
The overwhelming majority want a season.
Okay.
From people I've talked to and texted with and all of that. The ones that they don't really care are the teams that are out of it.
Yeah.
The teams that would have to regather to play 5 games
right.
in the regular season. Or the teams that, like a lot of those teams, and we heard, Steve Kerr came out and said it, they're looking at it like the season's over.
Yeah.
And it is for Golden State, for Phoenix, for some of these other bottom-rung teams. So those are the guys that really don't want to do it. But the contenders, and what LeBron said is not only true of him. I'm sure Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Giannis, all of these teams that felt they had a chance to win a championship, they want to finish the season. There's money and there's closure, Colin. I mean, if they don't finish this season, it'll be like it never happened. It'll be like I don't know if they'll do regular season awards, MVP, Rookie of the Year, and all that. I would hope they would. I think they should. But if they don't do something like that, it'll be like the past 5 months or however long they played just never happened.
That's so strange. So the G League, with a roundhouse right to college basketball this week, it was obviously growing and building over the last several years where young players want to get paid something. Your take on the NBA's aggressive move now, it looks like from today on, this week on, if you're a top 10, 12 player, maybe a top 20 player, you're going to the G League to play against other pros. Your thoughts on it?
I love it. I think it's a great move. And the NBA was sparked to do this because they saw the big money that players could go make in Australia or other places overseas, and players were beginning to do it. And they felt like, wait, we're losing our own kids to these other nations for a year or so, and we have to send our scouts out there to look at them. So they figured, let's keep them in the States for this year, and that's why they raised the money. And I think it's great. I love the fact that they're not playing a full G League schedule. Like they're not these won't be teams in the G League that just play the schedule like everyone else. They won't have to get in the bus and drive to Sioux Falls and all these little, out of the way places to play games. They'll play some G League games, but they won't play a full season, which will keep them from risking going out there and getting embarrassed by G League players. Because some of these high school kids will be outplayed by G Leaguers.
Oh,
because
yeah.
the G League, they're grown men, they're hungry, they're smarter players at this point, and so you don't run that risk. And, Colin, people talk about they need college for the exposure. Not anymore, because social media, some of these kids have 1 million followers on Instagram in high school. LaMelo Ball could very well be the top pick. He'll be a top 5 pick for sure, and he didn't play a minute of college basketball. He was in Australia. So these kids don't need the exposure that college gives them anymore. Sure, it could enhance it, if you're in March Madness or you're playing every Saturday on CBS, but you don't need it. And furthermore, these G League select teams, they will play some foreign teams made up of international players. And I wouldn't be surprised. I think they'd be smart to put those games on television. So if a G League select team with 3 to 5 of the top, recent high school graduates is playing against, a team from Serbia made up of Serbian stars or wherever it may be, Spain, don't tell me people won't tune in on a Saturday afternoon to watch that. So I think there are ways for them to get the exposure that they could get in college basketball.
Finally, you interviewed Isaiah Thomas recently. He's taken a beating on the Jordan documentary. How does it all land for him? He's come out now to have an opinion on it. What was your takeaway when you talked to him?
I think Isaiah was stunned by what the name that Michael Jordan called him on the documentary, the expletive, and that Jordan was still this upset, because I talked to Isaiah like a few days before the documentary came, parts 3 and 4 came out. And he said, look, every time I've had an interaction with Michael Jordan over the last several years, it's been cordial. There's been no tension. He hasn't given me any indication that he doesn't like me and this and that. He said they've even, been at dinner together. I don't think it was just those two, but, they've been at the same dinner together, and there's been no problem. So I think he was surprised that Jordan went, called him the name that he did. Isaiah even told me, now, again, I don't know if this is, this is just him telling me, but he says he doesn't know why he wasn't on the Dream Team. He doesn't know if it was Jordan that kept him off, if it was Magic. He doesn't know. And so I think, he's very surprised at the reaction that Michael Jordan had to him in the documentary.
Yeah. Documentary's been fun, though, right?
Oh, it's been great. It's been, it's interesting, Colin. Somebody sent me the whole 10-part series like a week ago, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to watch it beforehand because I'm enjoying it the way they're putting it out every Sunday. We don't have much to look forward to sports-wise. So I'm like, I don't want to ruin my Sunday night.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, so I'm just watching it like everybody else.
No, it's been really, really fun. Chris Broussard, Fox Sports NBA analyst. He's part of the Odd Couple with Rob Parker. Weekdays 7 to 10 Eastern on Fox Sports Radio and iHeartRadio. Good talking to you, bud.
All right, Colin. See you.